My roller will not move or unlock the parking brake. Let's figure out what's wrong with it. OGs will know this has been a project in the works. We got it not even running. We got it to run off of retiming the injection pumps. Found out I had a bad head gasket. Derek helped move this along because he got a new head gasket underneath here. While it was out, we tested the injectors. They didn't test okay. 2 new injectors. He also did a brand new timing belt and assembly fan belt while we were there. And now it treats me by not moving. You can see we got a hydraulic leak. This drum probably being the worst. It's coming out of this area here, and from my understanding, that means we got some bad seal behind here, and I don't know if it's even fixable. Last time it didn't move, we didn't have enough fluid in it, and I'm thinking fluid leaked. No longer has enough pressure to move the thing. Let's see what our dipstick says. Well, that would explain things. Seeing that, I'm pretty confident enough to say that new fluid is actually going to get that thing up and moving again. But to test this baby out before we completely restore it, sandblast it, repaint it, the whole 9 yards, we got to get this whole area reassembled here. I bought it pulled apart like this, so I'm kind of guessing as I go, but I know the throttle does not work because it is tied to this lever. This lever is supposed to be connected to that. We have some brackets to kind of figure out. Bucket of bolts when we bought the machine. Let's see what we can make of it. I feel pretty confident to say this somehow, some way covers this belt down into here. Something like that, but I don't really see where this bolt would go yet. I see we're missing something back in it there, so let's get a bolt on that. That's been leaking oil. I feel like that should be an Allen, but we don't hit that gear, so I guess it'll be okay the way that sits. We're gonna loosen the other 2 bolts so that we can get in there. Last winter I didn't have all 3 of these, unfortunately, and it was snowing. Being a little stubborn to line up. Let's see if we can't just get underneath it and pick up on it to get that bolt to bite. Actually just found an Allen head in our bucket of bolts, so that'll work a lot better for us. With the Allen, we're now able to get in here and actually get on this thing to tighten it. One little bit at a time. Next up, we'll get the other 2 of these guys tight again, and we had to loosen to be able to shift that piece around. And lastly, this guy that's tucked up underneath here. Before, this was just gushing oil out of here. Even though it had 2 of the 3, it was still just leaking everywhere. Before we find out how that cover goes on here, let's first start it up, run it, make sure it isn't leaking out of there when we can see it, and verify that before we put everything on. Till then, though, I don't want to run this pump dry, so let's put some fluid in here. Not even risking it without a funnel. I have a feeling it's going to be lots. We got the 5-gallon bucket out. Let's see where that put us at. And still not up to the screen. I think we'll just do the entire bucket. Let's see if we've got another bucket. I just emptied a 4 gallons in there, and we just made it to the screen. So we're probably low on the dipstick, but enough for us to run this thing. One more thing, I ran out of bolts for the valve cover. Let's see if we can find one in this kit. I think this little guy should work. Washer and crush washer. Can't just get this guy to snug on up. Doesn't want to move. We'll have to crack all these loose, and that way we can go ahead and move this valve cover around. There we go. Looking good. Now we should be able to drop in our home. Maybe. Got that old brake cleaned up real good. Now we'll be able to see if it's leaking oil or not when it's running. Let's make sure the engine oil is good. Key on, parking brake, emergency stop out. Let's see if she starts. Right up. This engine is just so smooth, it's like 0 blow by, nothing. I feel pretty good about it, but let's see, will we move? There we go. I mean, we got autopilot, what more could you ask for? Let's try vibrate. Just shake apart. Back it up. Right about there. Perfect. For today, I'm going to call that a job complete. If you could even see it, the cherry on the cake is that thing is nice and dry. It's a small step, but one step closer to this restoration being complete.